Do you mean the top 10 horror
Oh, scary.
Terry. Now I'm gonna state in a loud, clear voice before Terry gets rolling. There were comedies on this list. There was suspense, like my man behind me, oh Anthony Hopkins. 16 minutes on screen wins the Academy Award. Silence of the Lambs. Um, but yeah, this will be fun because I am not a horror fan. So I'm about to get educated and roasted, and I promise I fire back. So go ahead, folks.
So
Bring it. I'm not
I
scared.
also was never a horror fan, but in the last like month or two, I started watching them, and I find that I really like some of them. So this should be fun.
And if I haven't said it enough, all these pictures that I have, they come straight from AI. So I come up with some words. Creepy girl at end of hallway, I think was this one. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Sounds like a Friday night. Anyway,
My last Tinder date. Anyway, number 10.
eat it up, and he got it.
It,
Oh nope.
Ooh,
Yep.
Pennywise. Yeah, isn't it
Put those
Pennywise?
in the
it
freezer.
is, yeah.
Yeah, Pennywise. So this is why people hate clowns. Like legitimately, this is why
Absolutely.
between this guy and John Wayne Gacy, this is why people hate clowns. Like, I mean, clowns are evil little things, and
There's also
that
that really horrible movie. I don't know. It was decent. There was that other movie that I can't think of the name of it.
the Devil's Rejects, they had a
No,
clown.
another. I'm gonna
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I don't think that was it.
But yeah, they remade this one, the red balloon, the creepy
Yeah.
yellow. I mean, it's well done. It's of course a Stephen King book adapted to film, which may be a theme in this because there was a lot of Stephen King options on
Yes.
that list. I noticed that Terry left The Stand off of that list, which is actually my favorite Stephen King book. We blame Terry. Hashtag. Eventually, he'll have merchandise of his own.
So
It'll
the
be
word franchises kind of comes into this
Yes.
in some places. Like The Birds was not on here. That sort of thing.
Gotcha.
What about Lake Placid, Terry? Tell us about
Oh,
Lake
Lord.
Placid.
So Lake Placid was on the list of 170 horror movies that I found on IMDb.com. That's
It is not a horror movie. That is a comedy. Betty White.
A lot of them are comedies.
This is the
Scary
point
movie.
that if I had a dick, I'd tell you to suck it. That is the best line in that movie
Anyway,
coming out of Rose Nyland's mouth. I mean, damn.
Rose
Oh. Anyway, who's number 9, Terry?
Number 9 is The Exorcist.
Ooh.
oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this is so low, but it
Yeah.
may show the age of our
I think it's an
audience.
age thing.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree.
I mean, there's some older stuff. I will go ahead and foreshadow. There's some older stuff a little higher, but newer stuff crept up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've watched this one time, and by the way, bases are loaded, 2 outs, Rizzo at bat. So
And
let's
they've
go.
already gone to the bullpen.
Yeah, twice. So, anyway, The Exorcist was a movie that genuinely terrified people. Like this
Oh,
movie
yeah, definitely.
absolutely terrified people. And if I'm not mistaken, Terry, this is a 70s movie.
I think
So-
so. It's
so
also
we're-
a more believable story
Correct.
than a lot of the other ones.
So
And I
we're a
think
little
that
more
makes it
religious.
scary.
We're a little more scared. We're a little bit different of a society. Those sort of things.
Unlike Sharknado, which
Hey,
I guess could happen.
that is masterpiece. Yankee score. Oh, get him. Yes. That was Judge. He's not done anything for the Yankees. He just stole home. Get off me. Get off me. The Exorcist, though, great movie.
Yes.
But I think it was the 70s, and like you said, it's a little bit more believable, and it messes with people's faith. And when
Yes.
you can pull on a string
Yeah.
like that and actually make something tangible, like I don't know if it's on the list, but I'll just put that out there. I won't never scared of Chucky. All right, I ain't never been scared of Chucky. I don't know if Child's Play was on the list or not. I don't remember.
Oh, it was.
Okay, we'll get there. But what I'm saying is,
Oh.
all of a sudden, you start talking about demonic possession and stuff. That's a whole
Yeah.
nother level of what people are
It is a
willing to
thing.
accept. So,
Yeah.
anyway, number 8, sir. What's
Number
number 8?
8, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, Clarice. So, this is a great book by Thomas Harris.
Staring in your eyes here.
Yeah, I've got the same picture. See, there he is.
That's
So
funny.
this is where he meets the senator from Tennessee and his daughter, and they're out on the base. He says, "Take this thing back to Baltimore," and he describes Buffalo Bill, Ted Levine, for those of you playing along at home. He was the sergeant or captain or lieutenant in Psych. That was him. That was Buffalo Bill.
That's right.
Great movie. Hopkins is on screen 16 minutes. It's based on the Thomas Harris trilogy. Red Dragon is first, then you have Silence of the Lambs, and then you have Hannibal.
Right.
Hannibal is far more the horror movie in here.
Yes.
These are more suspense. Red Dragon,
Well, this
great,
is technically the franchise. So
great
it
psychological
would include
thriller. But this one here set the bar. Anthony Hopkins, as I may have mentioned, 16 minutes on screen, best supporting actor. He's on screen 16 minutes. But if you guys think about all of the scenes in Silence of the Lambs, the most impactful ones, he's in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's in. And then, of course, Hannibal is more about him and Julianne Moore because Jodie wasn't available. But he also a lot more violent. And Red Dragon, of course, is another great movie. But again, all came out of the novel. And that's one thing about a lot of these that are really good is they were books first
Yes.
before they were movies. But people forget Silence of the Lambs was a book
Yeah.
until later. So again, I love this movie. This movie is right behind Tommy Boy for like
Wow.
all-time favorite
Okay.
ever.
But they are so similar.
Yeah. But the psychological aspect of this movie is what does it. You know, the moss, the buffaloes, the Buffalo Bill, the skin, the gun, the whole thing. Yes,
Andrew,
Allison.
look at the TV, Andrew.
Did we score again?
Yes.
Go Yankees! Well, I'm talking about. Everybody's
we're
gonna.
moving on to
Let's
so
go,
we're
moving
moving
number
on to number
7.
7 because this
Hey,
guy's staring at me.
I took up
scary.
too much.
I
You
know.
didn't have anything on Silence of the Lambs, Terry?
No, we're good. I want him to quit looking at
He
me.
wants him off his screen. He's
Oh,
scared.
I got you.
I got a big monitor. This is not right. Number 7, Saw.
Oh,
So I started watching these, okay?
Speaking of scary.
So I like these movies because of the mind games, I guess, that go along with it. And like the intricate details. I love a good story. Like love one I can't figure out. So I like these.
the first one was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I did not watch the subsequent ones. Now, here is my problem with horror movies.
6.
3-0 Yankees. It's Saw 10.
Yeah, I know. I think I only got to 6.
Oh, I thought you said I think there are 6. I
Oh,
thought
no.
I thought there's like 10. But
There's
anyway,
10.
my point is with
10.
Saw that it's such, and you see it with the ones we're going to get to. My problem with these horror movies, Halloween movies, whatever you want to call them, is they make them and then they make sequels and they make sequels and they make sequels and and the sequels stop making sense. Like the sequels don't, Saw they may have done a better job with. Fuck off on Halloween. Fuck off on Friday the 13th. That don't make sense, especially once we get to Freddy versus Jason. That's all I'm saying. Terry, what did you think of Saw?
I didn't see a lot of it, but I mean, it messes with your mind a little bit. It's one of those that is some scary shit, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of it is pretty believable.
Yeah. Well, they didn't just.
And I
There's
think
not. They didn't just come up with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Mhm.
there's some basis of what they're doing. Anyway.
All right.
Number 6, Child's Play.
Nope. Okay.
Andy Bartlett. Andy Bartlett.
Hated this thing. I hated this movie because it came out, I think, around the same time there was My Buddy.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
So people had
I
the
had
same
that.
size doll. Yeah. A lot of people had it. And then this movie comes out, and I'm like, great, everybody's doll is gonna get possessed now. No, nope.
It's a comedy.
Yes.
It's absolutely a comedy, particularly the latter ones, like Bride of Chucky and those. They're comedies.
Kind of
This
like
is
Gremlins.
this is not this is not a horror film to
There
me.
is that great scene though. It's like friends to the end, remember? And he goes,
Yeah,
"This is the end, friend." And that's so great.
yeah,
Oh,
and I love when he you just the other ones. I even said about the sequel, Andy Bartlett. It is just the way he says it, like he's ready to go raise hell with Andy Bartlett. But and of course he's serial killer that possesses a doll, and does the voodoo thing and all that. But yeah, this was a comedy. This was not a serious movie.
All right.
number 5, Sharknado. I'm kidding.
No,
Please.
Number
Speaking of
5,
cinema,
no,
Jaws.
I don't even
Oh,
want
and
to
it
look.
looks like the graphics guy kind of
I
screwed
don't
this
even
one up.
want to look at the screen. We're good.
what's wrong with Bruce? That's the name of the shark, Bruce.
Nope. Mm-mm.
1974 was it? I think. Anyway, great movie, not a horror movie. It's more like science fiction to me, not a horror movie.
Nope.
Like
I don't know. It's pretty horrifying to think that
we're gonna need a bigger
this guy's
boat.
out
That's
there.
all I'm saying, Terry. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Don't fuck with
She's
his
not
ocean
looking
on the
at the
4th of
I
July.
won't look at the screen till you
if-
move on.
If these people would have learned,
screen.
but that's nice. Top 5 Jaws, I guess that works.
But I don't think horror movie. I mean, I'm with you. I
Mm-mm.
don't think horror movie, but I don't really think horror movie when I think Silence of the Lambs either.
Absolutely not. No, I
Jaws
think
is
it's like a
horror
crime
movie.
show.
But like I said, I went with the IMDb definition of horror movie.
So what's number 4? So Allison will look at the damn screen.
Number 4 is Scream.
I love these movies so much.
What's
so
your
much.
favorite? What's your favorite scary movie, Sydney?
I think these are phenomenal. I don't care how many they make because I've never been disappointed by one.
So I watched like the first 2 or 3, and after that, I tapped out because of the same reasoning. I'm not into the sequels. And
Like
very
Final
few sequels are as
Destination.
good as the original anyway. But now you talk about a horror movie. What about that tree going right through someone's face? That's some shit, Terry.
That's right.
That's more scary than a fucking man-eating shark? Come on.
Well, and Jaws' mama came back in the second one or
What?
whatever it was.
Just stop. Let's just stop.
And then got sucked into a tornado.
Okay, so
eventually.
next. All right, so I love
No.
these movies. Andrew thinks no.
No, the first couple were fine, but I think they're
Yeah, I
on
like 'em.
Scream. I think they're
There's
on
something to
Scream
watch.
31 or something at this point.
I think they're on 10 too.
Does not shock me.
Their last one was in New York City. I really liked it.
Now that is scary. Number 3, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh.
Now this is the one that got me when I was a kid because I was pretty young when these were coming out.
So they'd play the commercial, for Freddy, and like I thought he was the scariest of all of them over Jason and Michael Myers. I thought Freddy was the scariest of the big 3, as I'll call them,
Well,
because
he
I
had the
imagine
song.
Well, you
I
had the
imagine we're
little-
getting
the little
Halloween
rhymes
and
that
Friday
the
the
kids
13th.
were
Yeah.
singing and stuff, and
1,
that
2,
really
Freddy's
hit home.
coming for you. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? I'm afraid to sing it. Like that's how
Right.
much I don't like
He's going to
this.
show up.
Go knock
Yeah.
on
I
them.
would just
Go
say
knock on
Beetlejuice
your
was also
bathroom
on
mirror
the
3
list.
times and say, "Candyman, scaredy cat." Come
Right.
on, let's go.
Nope.
I ain't scared of shit. Bring it.
But yeah, this to me when I was a kid, this was the scary one to me for sure. And my brother was watching all these, and I was just kind of there. And my mom would tell me not to watch it, and I would sneak in there and watch it, and I'd have nightmares.
I told you, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly.
Mama don't cuss though. But she
Once in
said,
a
"I
while,
told
if
you
she did, then you knew
that you
something.
really messed up."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 2, Halloween.
I think you had the spelling wrong on the last one. Just FYI. I just noticed that.
A
Yep.
nightmare.
Nightmare.
Typo. And none of us caught it because I'm staring at the syringes on his finger.
As you flipped, I'm like, I think that said
I'm sorry, I had to go back and look. A
It's all good.
nightmare. That is
Funny.
hilarious.
All right. So what was 2 again?
That's like the Cars version.
I know. Okay, Halloween. All right.
Halloween. Whew.
So I will fully admit I've only seen one of these, and it was Halloween H2O, and it was because Josh Hartnett was in it. So full disclosure.
Well, I mean, it's
but this
it's
one's got a
scary.
story, right?
I mean, this one, like I said, I was a kid when these were coming out. This one didn't hit me as hard as a Nightmare on Elm Street.
See, to me, this one was more believable. Like, so I was more scared of this than Freddy because I'm like,
Yeah.
but this is,
Yeah, and this got Jamie Lee Curtis her big start.
hell
So,
yeah.
but they ran this thing forever. And then when, like, I read
Still
up,
running it.
I did a little research to keep my shit straight because I don't do the horror movies. So they did several movies pretty close proximity, and then they went a long time without making another Halloween movie. And they did the same thing with Friday the 13th. But yeah, the whole story of Michael Myers and she's the sister and whatever. I'm like,
Don't give it
okay,
away.
yeah, yeah, 50
Well,
years
I mean,
later, don't give it away.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking it might be Toxic Avenger, but whatever.
it
I
better
think
be Sharknado on number 1. That's all I'm saying. Where's
Yeah.
Sharknado, Terry? Show me Sharknado. Let's go.
I think it was number 28.
This is Voorhees.
Number 1, Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So obviously the mama starts killing people, right?
And it did shift.
Yeah.
It did shift late in the voting. I give those kind of
Did it?
details. It was Halloween, Friday the 13th, and toward the end, it kind of shifted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't care about any of them. So I mean, like, I'm not invested. Like when you put Silence of the Lambs on the list, I knew what I was going with is number 1. That was number 1 with a bullet. Like it's not even close.
What I love is when the scantily clad girl that's at the lake goes to run,
let's go. Yeah,
and
come on,
she's
Derek.
well, I could have just left it there, but she just starts sprinting away, and she's looking behind her and breathing heavy and running, and they're just walking after her.
Yeah.
Just
Always.
walking, and she's got to be a long way away, and she falls, and somehow this person that's barely walking and she's sprinting catches up with her like that.
The other one that really gets me is when and there were several we missed, like Wrong Turn, and I mean, all those, but the bad guy's in the house. So we run up the stairs instead of out the fucking door. They pointed that out in Scream.
Yes.
Which was perfect, but it's
Yeah.
true. Like everybody's always, let's run and hide. How about you go out the door
leave.
and leave, leave. Yeah. I don't get it, but whatever. But we know because it was Halloween time, and it would be fun because I know nothing about these, and I'll just make fun of them for being silly ideas.
I may go back and watch these now, so I'm excited.
Let me run them down. Let's see if I didn't misspell it on this one. Number 10, It. Number 9, The Exorcist. Number 8, The Silence of the Lambs. Number 7, Saw. Number 6, Child's Play. Number 5, Jaws. Number 4, Scream. Number 3, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 2, Halloween. And number 1, Friday the 13th.